Okay, good morning. I'd like to call this special meeting to order. I'll start with the pledge to the flag by Councilwoman Kirk.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amanda, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Blaisdell.
Present.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Present.
Councilman Froelich.
Present.
Councilman Exoxen.
Present.
Supervisors allotment.
Present. Resolution 60 of 2020, adoption of the town annual budget for the year 2021. Be it resolved that said preliminary budget approved and filed as aforesaid is hereby approved and established as the final annual budget for this town for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021. And that such annual budget as so adopted in detail herein and recited in the minutes of the proceedings of this town board is further amended as follows, if any. And as so amended, the said preliminary budget approved and filed as aforesaid is hereby approved and established as the official final annual budget for this town for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, and that such final annual budget as amended and so adopted in detail shall be modified to conform to the approved amendments and as so modified attached to this resolution. Be it further resolved that the town clerk of the town shall prepare and certify as provided by law duplicate copies of the said annual budget hereby adopted along with all the amendments herein included and made, if any, and shall do all other actions as are required by law in regards to the formal budget adoption. So we'll need a motion to adopt the budget.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Full board, please.
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Froelich.
Before I say how I want to vote on this budget, I'd just like to say that I was asked the other day by a resident if I thought this was a good budget. When I thought about it for a while, I do not think this is a good budget at all. I think part of being in the town and budgeting is that it should be fair and equitable, and it should plan for the future. Unfortunately, this budget does neither. When I looked at our statement here in the budget, we talked about things we're going to do to evaluate salaries. Those things I've heard for the last 4 years to plan for the future. I've heard that for a long time. That we allocated money for a salt shed and a gas island. That money was allocated in last year's budget, so it was already taken care of. When I look at being fair and equitable, this is not a fair and equitable budget to our employees, for one. We have not done any planning for the future, and we don't have any money in this budget to plan for the future. So what have we accomplished? Well, we cut the tax rate, which everybody was standing up and screaming about how you don't realize how people are hurting in this town. Well, to be honest with you, I do realize it. I realize it because I'm part of a business in this town that has suffered with the pandemic. But I also am a realist. A realist is it takes money to run this town. And every year that we sit here and we cut taxes and don't give a plan to the people of this town to how we're going to handle our infrastructure, our buildings, or anything, is not doing a service to this town. And I think as board members, we have not done that service. So I am going to vote no on this budget.
Councilman Exoxen.
Yes.
Supervisors allotment.
I agree with you on some parts of that, John, that we have had an unusual year to say the least, and we are here to listen to the voices of our residents, and I think this is just not the year to, we talked about this, we know this budget isn't a great budget. We started with that when we started talking about the budget. This wasn't a great budget. But this is not the year to do that, and hopefully next year, if things turn around, then we can make the changes that we all think, that we've all agreed need to be made. So with that, I'm voting yes. Any other executive sessions? Anybody need one? All right then. Motion to adjourn, please.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Mandy, can we poll the board, please?
Councilman Blaisdell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kerr.
Yes.
Councilman Crolish.
Yes.
Councilman Osaksen.
Yes.
Supervisor Zalotnik.
Yes. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.